everybody, welcome to the Stock Car Spectacle. I'm Ian Jortson,
I'm Nick
I'm
Kinsel.
Tom Hovland.
and we got Kansas coming up this weekend. We just got done with a mediocre Texas weekend as it usually goes. Before we dig into all that, let's start off with our diecast of the week. Tom, what you got for us, man?
I reached into the old box of diecast and pulled out this 2004 Matt Kenseth iconic DeWalt 17, but it's got this like inaugural chase for the Nextel Cup thing that it won't focus on the deck lid. So that's how I know it's from 2004, probably.
Sweet.
Matt Kenseth.
Classic.
Oh yeah.
All right, Nick.
All right, so I'm going back into my 164th again. So on Sunday it was May 4th, and as everybody knows, May 4th is at a Star Wars Day right there. So I was able to pull this bad boy out of the collection. The old Jeff Gordon Episode 1 car that he ran. See there, we got Qui-Gon, you got Obi-Wan, you got Jar Jar right there. So yeah, just love the Star Wars cars, love Star Wars. So yeah.
It wouldn't be an episode 1 promotion without Jar Jar on there.
Oh no way! Oh, and you got Darth Maul on there too. So yeah, just a really cool looking car.
Classic.
How many people wanted to hit him with the bumper and the quarter panel with Jar Jar sitting right there?
Don't disrespect Jar Jar.
Sith Lord Jar Jar Binks.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Man, I'm telling you.
All right, so for my diecast of the week, NASCAR is heading to Kansas. So I thought I'd bust out my favorite Kansas Speedway diecast, Kurt Busch's win there a few years ago in the Jordan scheme. Just a beautiful car, his last Cup Series win.
Oh,
It was a good looking car. Gone too soon. Rip Kurt Busch.
Yep.
yeah.
Damn next gen cars, man.
Mhm.
All right, so let's get into our top stories. Championship race is heading to Homestead next year, and it will be rotating around a few different tracks that are in big markets. The stinker about this, Phoenix will be in that rotation.
I think with Phoenix being in the rotation, it'll be something different enough. So, like, oh, they're going to Phoenix. It's going to be more technical. It's going to be this, that, or the other. It may not be a solid race, but at least we know we're not stuck with Phoenix for inevitably. And I think that's really refreshing. And I'm really curious. I know it's for sure Homestead, for sure Phoenix, but I'm curious to see what other tracks might show up on there because Phoenix once every 3 years, it will be totally palatable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no doubt.
I'd say so. Super excited, obviously, to get back to Homestead. I mean, we all know the mile and a half are the one track that this car can put on a really good show at. I mean, we've seen it; these Homestead races the last couple of years have just been incredible. And we saw the playoff race there last year, and just how good that was. And now we're going to be racing there with the title on the line. Oh man, it's going to be incredible. And then yeah, for Phoenix, I know why they're doing it. I mean, as as the racing might be, they have an incredible facility there. They sell out every single year, so that makes sense why we're going back there. And I mean, we've talked about this multiple times before. Maybe you throw the Las Vegas in there, somewhere big like that. And then if those are your three rotating tracks for the first couple of years of doing it, I'm all for it. I think we can all stomach Phoenix, like Tom said, if it's like once every 3 years or something like that.
Did you
Yeah,
guys catch the Back to the Future themed Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski?
that
Oh,
that was awesome. I loved
it
it.
was it was fun, but Kyle Busch climbing out of the car in his zone suit, being like, "I drive for RCR now," and it's like, "Oh no, you shouldn't. No, no, go back,
Go
just go
back.
back and stay, go stay."
I just
Uh,
love the whole video. It's like Brad Keselowski and Kyle Busch. They're like bros. It's like it's really
oh
weird.
yeah,
Best friends, the two
which
bestest of friends.
they put out like a video for Kyle's 40th birthday, and Brad was also featured on that. It's like they've never liked each other. Why are they going to Brad? Is Brad just available for all this stuff?
They're both dads. They've matured more, so they're
Yeah.
like, you know what? We got into it what 10 years ago. It's been
Yeah.
10 plus years since they've had any beef.
Also,
Yeah, they're
thanks
good.
Kyle for going back in time and not warning us about COVID. Rude.
Yeah, And nice
Dude.
job trying to stop Joey
Ugh.
Logano's 3-time championship.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh
What
well.
the hell? All right. So can't wait for Homestead to be the championship race next year. Bob Pockris, he hinted in some tweets that there could be a change in the playoff format. Someone asked him, and they said that there will be a decision sometime in June or July. So I'm hoping that something will change for the better.
I'm not gonna believe it till I hear it from NASCAR. Could be a change. It sounds a lot like, we kind of like the way it is, and the way NASCAR talked about how good the racing was at Talladega based on their
Yeah.
analytics. They're gonna point at their analytics and their stats and be like, well, the winner take all race is more fun, and so we're gonna keep it. So could be a change is doing a lot of work when I'm hearing this.
They've also said multiple times, there could be a change to if we add more horsepower to these cars, and that just
Mhm.
keeps seeming to come up, never does. I mean, we all know we need a change in this format. Now, what that might be, who knows? But there's got to be something out there that we can do better than what we're doing right now.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have watched NASCAR Full Speed yet. I got 2 episodes in so far. But holy shit, they made last year's playoffs seem like it was some of the greatest racing in the world. It's absolutely insane how much they fuel that shitty ass
Mhm.
racing.
I mean, when you take in a documentary, especially one produced by the people it's about, you have to understand that like they want to sell their product to you. So you got to take it with a grain of salt and whatnot. I mean, I'm excited to kind of see the drama, see what kind of behind the scenes thing. I haven't looked at it yet, but I'm kind of worried. I mean, the first year was like pretty pure, and they kind of just followed the storyline. I feel like this year it might be a little bit more hammed up.
Yeah, definitely kind of seems like it so far. All right, and then they did announce our TNT broadcast team. Adam Alexander is going to be in the booth for TNT, so he's going to be working doubles with the CW as well. Dale Jr. is going to be over there. He's with Prime as well. Steve Letart's going to be in the booth, and then we're going to get Daniel Trotta, Marty Smith, and Alan Cavana as pit reporters. Jeff Burton and Larry Mack will be on the altcast, and Mamba Smith is going to be a contributor too, NASCAR's chief hype officer. So cool to see him getting into the TV field.
I'm really curious about what this alt cast is going to look like, and if I'll enjoy that. I'm gonna have to get a third TV to watch races on now with
I,
streaming the in car and Max, and then have the main broadcast. But I'm curious as what it's going to look like because Jeff and Larry can really get into the weeds about some stuff, and if they're not having to focus on the storylines, I'm hoping it's
well,
more
I just
focused for a
it makes me
for a
think of
bigger
like
fan.
the Manning cast
Hmm.
for Monday Night Football. Like maybe they're just going to be shooting the shit, sharing stories while the race is going on. Maybe they'll check back in on it and they'll just talk about whatever. So yeah, it's definitely worth something to check out. But I like that broadcast booth a lot. Adam Alexander, he is really good at what he does with the play-by-play. And then you throw in Dale Jr. and Steve Letarte, it'll be like the good old days back over at NBC. So yeah, I'm excited for this one.
I'm curious why Rick Allen did not find a spot in any of these places. I mean, I've
It's insane. Yeah.
listening to his interview on the Dale Jr. download. It just didn't seem like he was kind of ready to be a free agent. Everything kind of caught him by surprise, and he wasn't ready to jump into this. And now we're gonna go without him for a bit because these contracts are a few years long. So I kind of wish there wasn't so much cross. I mean, basically, NASCAR seems to be like they're trying to keep the same people in the booth all year, which can be advantageous. But then suddenly you're getting dry broadcast. I mean, how similar is the CW broadcast going to feel to the TNT broadcast now with Adam Alexander calling the races and similar people on pit road? I'm a little nervous about seeing crossover like that.
Yeah, for sure. Gonna be a great broadcast booth. I'm excited for it. All right, guys. Well, let's get into Texas from this past weekend. Tyler Ankrum, Daniel Hemrick, they started on the front row since qualifying was rained out. And guys, the theme of the weekend, at least for the trucks in the Xfinity series, was that front stretch grass. We have seen so many drivers this weekend getting into the grass and clipping it and just completely destroying their trucks. The first one was with Gio Ruggiero. He clipped the grass and he wrecked the Caden Honeycutt and Brandon Jones. Just unfortunate, but that grass has not moved
Yeah,
ever since the
that
track
Texas,
has been built.
that's that Texas grass is evil. I remember back in I think it was like 2014 or whatnot when Dale Jr. just he just clipped it and the whole front of his car was just destroyed, caught on fire. Texas grass is ruthless. What are they doing to it?
I mean, that's the other thing though. It's like everybody's calling, move the grass. You got to move the grass. You got to remove it. It's no. It's like you said. Dale hit it in 2014, and it was catastrophic. It's been 10 years, and it's part of the track. It's ground rules. Don't drive through the grass because it'll destroy your shit.
Yeah,
Like I don't have any problem with the grass staying there. It's don't drive through it. That's NASCAR track limits at its finest right there.
yeah.
It's fantastic.
I am a big advocate for putting turf on all these tracks because we saw
Hmm.
what it did to what they do it to Charlotte, and it's been great just watching those guys go through the grass and they're not completely destroying their shit. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's nice, but it's like a oh no, I hit my ball into the bunker. Got to get rid of the bunker. It's like it's part of the track, part of the lore. So I if I were a car owner, I'd be like, yeah, get that stuff out of here. I don't want my stuff destroyed because my guy can't see and my spotter's an idiot. But like I don't know, it's part of the track, and they've been wrecking there like that for 10 years. I'd be hesitant to change it.
Yeah, I feel you. Grant Enfinger wins stage one, and then Lane Riggs, he had some trouble in this race. He clipped the grass as well, ending his night. Corey Heim won stage two. That's his fifth stage win of the season. This guy has just been absolutely on fire. So consistent.
For
It's just a
sure.
cheat code with this guy. It's just an absolute cheat code. Like every single week, like we're getting to the points where it's like you can let the whole field get a 5 second head start on Corey Hyman. He's gonna drive right past you. No problem. It's just absolutely insane what this guy's doing.
Yeah, and as long as his truck stays functional.
Yeah,
I mean, he was even trying to win that race in Miami with his truck shutting off every lap. Like that
he
was
should
so
have won there.
Yeah.
and it shuts off and he drives right back up once he gets it fired up again. So like it's truly incredible what Corey Heim is doing, and it's more like it's definitely a when, not if, for him moving forward with his career.
Oh yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Stuart Friesen, he got loose under Grant Enfinger. He wrecks the 9 and the 38 of Chandler Smith. So some big front runners had some issues here late in this race. Raja Karuth, man, they were three wide going down the backstretch, and we get a caution. Raja Karuth was just barely in front of them, but as we know, NASCAR goes by the scoring loops unless it's the final lap, and Raja Karuth was not in front. That brought him down to like third, I think, and kind of screwed him out of a really good restart there. But Nick, you said it. Corey Heim is a goddamn cheat code. He wins this race. Your boy Daniel Hemrick, he great comeback in this one. He was not doing well throughout this one, but he came back and got second place.
Yeah, I mean another good day. Just he's got the win already, so now it's just keep stacking the points, getting these good finishes. Yeah, a really nice looking truck too with that gold scheme. So I really like that. But yeah, Corey Heim just was not going to be denied. I thought for a second there that Hemrick might be able to come up and clear him. Once he didn't clear him, it was game over. And Heim, he's just the guy to beat. He should have like 3 more race wins on the season than he does, but it's just the troubles that have been taking him out. I mean, we talked about the one in Miami. He should have won at Martinsville if Caden Honeycutt didn't take him out. But this kid's phenomenal, and like he move him up already. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Corey Heim, he's running the race at Kansas this weekend with 2311 Racing. So good opportunity here.
Dang. They're gonna have 4 2311 cars on the track at Kansas.
Ooh.
Sounds dangerous.
Crazy.
That's their track. So yeah,
All right, guys, let's move over to the Xfinity Series race. Austin Hill is on the pole for this one. Multiple cautions to begin this one. It was a real slow start. Guys did not know how to get it going. But it's kind of been the theme for the Xfinity series this year. It's just been absolute wreck fest, no matter what track we go to.
For sure. I mean, it just they didn't have practice, they didn't have the qualifying, so you got to give them a little bit of grace. But like these are professionals. I don't know. It's bad.
Yeah, not a good look. Justin Allgaier won stage one. Uh, Freaking, what does Chris Wright even do, guys? He's spun by himself out of turn two. A little foreshadowing here. Austin Hill wins stage two, and then, like I said for the Truck Series race, more cars are hitting the grass and causing big wrecks. Um, just insane. Like you said, Tom, these are professionals. You should know where the grass is. Don't be making moves like that on the front stretch.
They teach them to be so aggressive, and you see a little bit of space down below, and it's not a D-shaped oval, it's flat, so you think it's gonna nice curve around, and the grass almost jumps out at you. So not as many as in the truck race, but man, sure messed up Carson's race for sure.
Yeah. Justin Allgaier, man, I bet he's happy that he won stage one because Chris Wright, he doesn't know how to let a lead lap car around. He's just sitting in the middle of the track. It looked like he was gonna go high, and Justin Allgaier just slams into the back of him. Chris Wright is just an absolute menace in the Xfinity series, and they just need to take his license away at this point.
Just imagine if that was, oh, let's say Catherine Legg and the outbreak and the outburst that it would be, and what a travesty it would be. But now Chris Wright does this shit on a weekly basis, and nobody's talking about it.
Yeah, it was a very odd situation. I don't think he's getting enough flack for. I mean, even Dale Jr., whose car was taken out, said he's like, I like having slower cars. Makes it more interesting to watch. It's like it's odd. And then how can Justin Allgaier figure out how to put one of these races together? Like he's doing everything right week after week. Should have 5 wins, and he doesn't. He's got 2.
Yeah.
So it's real tough. Um, yeah, everybody knows it was bad driving from Chris Wright. He was getting told on the radio immediately after, like, you got to pick a lane, dude. And Texas was already sketchy as it is. So when you're trying to dodge a car that's weaving in the corner when there's only 2 lanes, and it's just
I,
unfortunate.
I
Unfortunate.
just don't know how he did not get his license stripped from him after the Daytona pit road incident. Like, what? That was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. And then he goes and says, "Oh man, spotter miscommunication." Like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah, the spotter just told me to like floor it through the infield
Just told me
grass.
to floor it. Yeah, why not? It looked fun, so I tried it.
He said the gas is on the left, or the yeah. So
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Uh, And then we got Corey Day, man. This guy, Kyle Larson is his mentor, and they brought him into this Hendrick Motorsports Xfinity car. He's going to be running it part time this year, and he has just looked absolutely awful this year. He wrecked by himself in between turns three and four. I just don't know how many more opportunities this guy will get after this season with the shit show that he is showing up with that 17 car.
He's lucky that he was handpicked by Jeff Gordon and Kyle Larson both. Otherwise, yeah, it has not been what he's probably was hoping for, and it definitely hasn't been what they've been hoping for. I get it. He's still young. He's going to get it down, but at some point they need just a solid run, and we just haven't seen it yet. Just one solid run, and we just have not seen it yet.
I mean, he's learning. It's new. It's a growth period, I guess. I don't know. And if Jeff Gordon and Kyle Larson handpicked him, he's not going to go away anytime soon.
No, yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's the truth
that's
of
a
the matter.
fact.
So he's going to get his seat time. Talk to me again in 3 years.
Yeah. Just the way they talked up this kid, I thought he was going to be the
Mhm.
next big thing. I thought he was going to be like Ty Gibbs coming into the sport and just winning right away, but it has been the complete opposite.
Well, maybe you don't want to take the path of Ty Gibbs right now anyway. So
Yeah, it's not working out too well. And then Kyle Larson, we know he was substituting for Connor Zilic this weekend, and Kyle Larson does what he does best and embarrass the Xfinity Series.
he was
Can't
struggling to come up
believe
through
you
the
guys
field.
left him for me.
I know.
Can't believe you guys left him for me.
I picked last, so that's not on me. But
Yeah, okay, yeah. So thanks,
I
Ian.
was Ian, I was upset because the whole race, Riley Herbst wasn't looking like he was going to do nothing. He was sitting back like 14th, 15th. Ryan Sieg was up in front of him the whole time, and then I look at the lineup at the end, and Riley finishes third. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
My boy Ryan Sieg, he deserves better. But no, Kyle Larson, he wasn't a huge contender in the first half of the race. Then we go to the final pit stop, kind of caught Justin Allgaier off guard. Um, then Justin Allgaier has his unfortunate incident with Chris Wright, and there's nobody left to beat Kyle Larson, and he was out ready to try to lap the field. He was running way faster than everybody else. So um, interesting. It's an interesting situation when a driver goes out for an injury, and then you bring in somebody like Kyle Larson. I know your expectations of Connor Zilic are different than when if Kyle Larson's in the same car. You expect to win with Kyle Larson. But does this put more pressure, do you guys think, on Zilic to come out and perform in this car?
I mean, he's done a lot already this year. I mean, he's been probably overperforming already because we kind of looked at him, okay, he's just going to come in and do really well on the road courses. He's been doing
Mhm.
pretty damn good everywhere we go.
I
Yeah,
mean,
he's
even
just
He's had a
skipping
few
this race, he's
wrecks.
still 12th in points.
Yeah,
So
he's been doing pretty damn decent this year. I thought it was going to be a little bit shaky for him, but he he's been doing fantastic. I think that this just shows that his car is capable of getting him to the front and possibly winning a championship this year. That it's all up to him now.
Yeah, he's very solid everywhere we go. Does he show that race winning speed everywhere we go? Maybe not, but does he show top 5, top 10 speed everywhere we go? It's been seeming like it. He gets really good starting spots, and he's had some unfortunate luck in some of these races. But yeah, I'm kind of with Ian. I thought that at the beginning of the year, all right, he's gonna go out SVG this shit, just absolutely dominate on the road courses, and he'll do all right on the rest. But he's been doing really well in the ovals, and he's only going to get better. So yeah, I, I I don't know if I'd put the pressure on him. I'm sure after he sees Kyle Larson go win in his car, he's going to be like, all right, he's going in here winning in my car. Now I got to go step up and do the same thing. But I think he's doing just fine where he is right now.
I thought it would be really important for and really good experience for him. Terrible circumstance, but to sit on the pit box while Kyle Larson drives your race car and to just kind of
You know?
absorb all that, sponge it all up. I think that would be that was a really good school session for Connor Zilic. And I mean, this kid knows how to learn. He knows how to drive. Again, he's not worried about him on the road courses, but I think this was really important for him to take one in like this. And now he's got 2 weeks to kind of chill out and and rest up and focus on healing.
Yeah, this was a great learning process for him. Absolutely, to learn from a Cup Series champion on what to do with this car at this kind of track. It's great. All right, well, let's move over to the Cup Series race. How about Carson Hocevar? He got his first career pole. He's been showing a lot of speed in that Spire Motorsports car this year.
Spire altogether in practice and qualifying, they get their cars tuned up. I think so. He qualified up there. Michael McDowell qualified in the top 5, I believe, too. So whatever
Mhm.
they're doing in qualifying, we just know it with these cars. Track position is just such a big role in these races with this next gen car. So starting up front definitely helps, and Spire is definitely bringing their A game to the practice and qualifying grid.
I mean, yeah, Spire's really fast, and Justin Haley, yeah, he's back in 15th, which seems like he's way far off. He's a tenth and a half off of the pole speed. This I'm looking at this qualifying line. I mean, they're all within thousandths of a second with each other, and up through 30th, it's less than half a second difference. It's
Yeah,
very
pretty.
competitive on Saturdays, and it affects the race on Sundays. So Spire being able to show up with speed on Saturday, and we kind of see the opposite. Ross Chastain at the end of the race got out and basically got out of the car and said, "Trackhouse sucks on Saturdays, and it's affecting us, and it's
It's a
bad."
track position. It's a you got to get with this next gen car and
You
how
can't
difficult it
pass.
is to pass. You can't pass, especially at a place like this, because you're just flooring it the entire time. It's so hard to pass here. You have to get that track position. You have to start up front if you want to have a good day in the Cup Series. Just with how hard it is to pass in this car.
Yep.
Yeah, the only one that can pass is that guy in the 12 car. Everybody else seems to struggle with it. So
Yeah, Blaney, he looked good. Yeah, passing everybody. I didn't get that, but nobody else could. Penske they looked really fast on Sunday. It
for
was
sure.
crazy. They had their cars tuned up. We had
And yeah, I mean it's scary. I mean that usually Penske is the one that shows up later in the year. So will I guess the question overarching for the rest of the season, will they be able to keep it up, or will it be they peak too soon? And I guess that's something we'll have to watch with Penske.
yeah. We had a lot of cars spinning by themselves out of turn two, in between three and
Mhm.
four. It just seems like these cars they cannot
That's
handle
just it.
these
Yeah.
turns.
The
It's just a
track is
recipe for
sketchy
disaster.
and they're on edge. But we hear all the time that these cars are too comfortable to drive when they go to Daytona, and they're too slow at Talladega, and they're too comfortable. The tires are too grippy. There's no braking time needed at the short tracks. You're shifting. They're very comfortable to drive. So it's very interesting to see the guys get out of the car. Blaney gets out of the car after the race. I hate this track. Everybody's saying it's so uncomfortable, but that creates entertaining situations. Um, Maybe the pacing is a little bit off when they're stopping for spins so much. But frankly, I was entertained by Sunday's race. Um, Texas
I
is coming
know.
into its own. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I'll say it. I'll say it
I
out
was.
loud.
I'm gonna
I'll
say
bare
it
my
was only
soul.
exciting because of
Man,
all the cautions, and they got to line up again and actually fight for position. And then once that happened, they just got strung out. It was
it
follow
was
the
just
leader. It was your classic
Right.
Texas race, but with way more cautions, which made it a
Mhm.
decent Texas race, but still
I
not
Yeah,
I
good
know.
they're
for
always
normal
stacking them up.
NASCAR
So
standards.
Yeah, I don't know. I this one this track it doesn't do it for me. Too strung out, and I don't know. It was the leader just hitting a trying to go and pass a lap car, hitting a bump, and then their day is done. Like I don't. That
yeah.
to me, I don't. It's the track A, but it's just this car. Like it really is just this car, and just how bad that it really is. Like we saw that way too many times with these leaders. They're just on their own island. They're going on a Sunday drive. Fucking Josh Berry going on a Sunday drive, hits a bump, goes around, day
Mhm.
done. Like
The things are on the bumps. I'll tell you, I was watching Kyle Busch's camera on Max, and every time stage one, stage two, and I'm sure we'll get to it later, but every time he was in that upper lane in 3 and 4, I was cringing a little. I was like, dude, you're gonna overcook it. Because I mean, I've seen Kyle self spin so many times in this Gen 7 car, and it's frustrating. I was like, don't go in the second lane in 3 and 4. Don't go in the second lane in 3 and 4. Um, and I was cringing every time, and ultimately that we'll get
Yeah.
to it.
And then it
Ugh,
came to a crashing end.
yeah,
yeah.
disappointing.
Yeah. Cindric
I
won
think just like
stage one.
after the sorry,
No, you're good.
after the few race, we had a couple short tracks come through here with Bristol being disappointing and then Talladega being what it is. I just enjoyed it because it was something a little bit different, and it looked exciting. Um so maybe I got a little bit of rose colored glasses just because we've been looking for something remotely good.
Yeah.
And I think we got a little bit of good with a mile and a half. Texas still is a mile and a half after all.
Yeah, it's been a slow month for NASCAR
Really,
racing. Like
really
it's
bad.
like Darlington. That's Darlington is kind of where it started. We didn't see a whole lot of passing there. I mean
I,
Bristol, Talladega was a snooze fest,
I
and
think
then Texas.
since
Hmm.
Homestead, I think since Homestead, every race on the Gluck poll has been under 50% because it just has not been good stuff. So I'm super excited that we're going to Kansas this weekend. I know they have a new tire coating package or whatever, so I hope it doesn't fuck with
It
it.
might.
'Cause that is the one saving grace that NASCAR has had in the past couple of years. It's this track right here. So if they mess this up, oh my god, it wouldn't put it past me for them to completely like, oh, that was one of the best races we saw here last year. Now how can we fuck it up?
Don't
That is
ever do
time will
that
tell.
shit
typical
again.
NASCAR right there. Don't
That's
you ever put on a good show again, a good true race ever again. Don't do it. It has to be manufactured bullshit. That's what we do here.
NASCAR is the meme of putting the guy riding the bicycle and putting the stick in the front spokes. So
Yeah. That's a fact.
like, oh, that thing we went viral for this thing. Let's stop that from happening. Let's change it up.
Never again.
Fuck
So,
that. Oh man. Austin Cindric won stage 1, Kyle Larson won stage 2, and then comes the wreck fest for Texas.
Jesus Christ.
It's almost all these wrecks are coming out of turn 2 or they're on the backstretch. Bubba Wallace got loose and spun, caught Noah Gragson, Alex Bowman, AJ Allmendinger, and then Tom. You said it, Kyle Busch. He has troubles through turns 3 and 4, and yeah, he spun and wrecked, just all by himself. The car just got taken
oh,
away from him.
it was those bumps, and like I said, it was going around the outside on turn 4, and you hit that tunnel, and you hit the bump stops, and the tires don't touch the track anymore. You spin. We're lucky Ricky Stenhouse didn't take off our front nose. But then you get put back in the shit with a little bit of damage, and you get caught up in more wrecks and whatnot. I mean, in the last 40 laps, we were on pit road 3 or 4 times because we kept spinning, and
Yeah.
it was just frustrating. I was telling my brother as I was watching, I was like, a Kyle Busch top 5 would feed families. It would heal nations, and we didn't get it again. Disappointed.
Yeah. Ryan Priest, Carson Hocevar, Cody Ware, they wreck out of turn 2. Custer, Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, and Austin Cindric, they all wreck on the backstretch.
Hey, you want to talk about all-time bad seasons right now? Where the hell? I forgot Cole Custer was even a Cup driver at this point. That's just how much he has not been up there. Like
I thought you
almost
were going to go after Brad.
Well, I mean that too.
Yeah, that too. Brad has been all-time bad too, but now I forgot Cole Custer was even driving on Sundays because you never hear his name. And where's Cole Custer in points right
34th.
now?
34th.
Yep.
I mean, we knew with how Haas was restructuring that this was more than likely going to happen. They couldn't retain anybody. They couldn't. So, like, what are you supposed to do? I don't know. I think he's running about where he belonged with that team. If he's in a different car, I don't think it's a driver issue. I think it's a team issue where they went from driving 4 cars every weekend to 1.
Yeah.
And lost all their employees.
And all your
sponsors. Tough. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I mean tough. This is a new team for Haas factory team right now, and they're in the shit right now. But there's a lot of other drivers too that are in the shit too. I mean, look at Riley Herbst, like I said, Brad Keselowski, my boy Noah Gragson, he's 31st. Eric Jones 29th. Would expect a lot more than our poor guy Shane Van Gisbergen all the way down in 35th.
I expected that. I honestly did expect
we're waiting
him to
for the road courses for him.
Yep, I really didn't. This is his first year of Cup racing full time. This is the best of the best right here. Like, yeah, he's going to go put on his show at these road courses, but this ain't the Xfinity Series anymore. This is your best of the best on Sundays, and they're better than him at ovals, and he's getting a good dose of that right now. But one good thing about SVG, he's always good the second time we come back to places. So I expect him to pick up and pick up and pick up and just keep going as we go.
Yeah, it's just he doesn't have a lot of time, and if they're pushing people like Zilish, who is basically SVG but 20 years younger, it was another good experiment, and hopefully it pays off on the road courses because the way we talked about it earlier, Trackhouse is struggling, and finishing late, qualifying early, and starting in the back week after week after week is not going to be a good experience for Shane.
Yeah.
And he's going to do this for 27 more weeks. Straight.
For the gauntlet.
He's going to learn for sure. All right, and then Michael McDowell. This guy would have so many better finishes if he just kept his shit together. This guy makes so many stupid late moves and ends up wrecking himself and others.
Uh,
He was looking for a second or third place finish, and he just got too crazy with it and wrecked himself on the back stretch there. To turn a
That's
fantastic day into a DNF, can't be doing that. Michael McDowell is a veteran. He is way smarter than this. We saw him make that drastic move at Talladega last year when he wrecked the whole field and Tyler Reddick won. I just don't get why he keeps shooting himself in the foot here.
uh, I really thought he had this one in the bag for a little bit there. I was like, man, Michael McDowell's about to get fired back into victory lane after their bullshit with Justin Haley years ago and get their first true win in the Cup Series. But yeah, he just cooked it. He absolutely cooked it, and he pancaked the shit out of it. That's
oh,
unfortunate, but that's Michael McDowell right there. Like you said, he just pushes it a little bit too much when all he had to do is just keep that thing in one piece and just salvage it a little bit.
I thought he was going to wreck them both.
Yeah.
He drove Joey
Yeah,
all the way down to the apron. That was a daring move. These drivers,
that was
we
stupid.
we
That was
always
stupid.
talk at the end of the regular season. Oh, if only they gotten extra points here, extra points here. Oh, they missed it by 6 points. These drivers, they get rage in their eyes when they're at the track. They don't realize this is still a full season points format. They're still going to end up somewhere. And Michael McDowell threw out a top 10 finish to finish 26th. Yeah,
I
26,
think
got
it
13
really
points.
just came down to he was sniffing a checker flag, which is something he doesn't sniff very often. So he was going to do whatever it took. But yeah,
Yeah, they get
that when he pushed Logano damn near down to the apron, I was like, "What? He's just going to come back up on the track and take them both out? Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing here? In what world is this going to work? You think that guy, the 22 car of all cars, is going to be the one that's going to lift and say, "Oh, okay, yeah, you go on ahead, bud." Oh no, that was a move that was never going to work. And yeah, a couple laps later. Oh, Mikey McD paid the price for
oh,
that.
He
hard
paid it
hits too.
hard.
Yeah,
Yeah, fuck.
damn.
Yeah. And then talk about a motherfucker who can benefit from a million cautions in a row. Joey Logano
The
having
king.
such a sub average day, and then he's able to just move up and move up and move up with all these restarts. And then guess what? He goes and fucking wins the race, man. He has been fucking dog shit all season, and now he's locked into the play. This is what happens
This is what he
every
does. This is what he
First
single
does.
top
year.
5 of the year.
Yeah, this
This
is
is
how
what
he
he
runs
does.
every single year. He is going to run mid as hell and then win one race, get himself in the playoffs, and then come the playoffs, he's going to come fucking alive. It's
That's
insane.
what he does. It's what he does. Yeah, this is typical Joey Logano right here. He gets that win early on in the season. He's going to run like ass for the next 20 or 15, 17 weeks or however many we get to go until the playoffs get underway, and then he's just going to come to life. But this is this format. He's in now because of it. He ain't got to worry about anything. This is what Joey Logano does. He started 27th, I think, to start the day here, and he just kept moving his way up.
He
And
was methodically working his way up. I mean, Penske has the speed. We've seen it with Cindric. We see it with Blaney. Blaney's got awful luck. So this one didn't piss me off as much with Logano, but it still was a bummer of a day for ultimately all that
all of that for a
to
fucking Joey
come out
Logano
to Joey
win.
Logano winning.
Yep.
It was tough, but like Penske's got, we talked about it earlier, Penske's got the speed. I mean, Joey Logano before the race was sitting 11th in points. So it's not like last year where he was down in the 20s in points when he got his win. We did have 5 overtimes between Xfinity and Cup this week, so maybe that's the secret sauce for Joey. But
Yeah,
um,
he benefits from overtime finishes. I mean, look at
yeah,
Nashville last year.
Oh my!
yeah,
Don't remind
That's
me.
where it all
yeah.
started.
The one that got away.
I'm kind of over the overtime thing. If it ends, it ends, man. Maybe it'll teach these guys to race a little cleaner, and they can survive another lap and get another chance. But
Yeah, who
um,
knows? But
it was a banner day for Logano. They worked their way up, and they got the point. He didn't even get the most points for the
No.
yeah.
weekend. Kyle Larson finished 4th, got 8 more points than Joey. So
Yeah, his
Joey's
car fell
locked
at
in.
first. after Kyle Larson won that stage, I thought he was going to be the guy to beat, but then his car just fell off. Like there was that one restart where he just dropped, and then he could never get back up to sniff the lead again. And then here comes old 22, and he's like, "All right, just give me about 4 cautions here. Let's get to our 5th overtime, and let me shine, boys." And sure enough, he did. But this is Joey Logano. He's got his 1 win now, so
He's set.
couple DNFs coming for him probably in the next couple of weeks. He'll run like dog shit. We'll see him in September, and it's like, oh, Joey Logano wins the first race of the playoffs. And you're like, well, shit, here we go again.
It's an odd-numbered year.
Yep, it's an odd-numbered year.
Yeah, it's an.
So we are absolutely cooked next year when we go back to Homestead and Joey Logano hoists his 4th championship.
we're gonna be so happy that NASCAR has a championship race back at Homestead, and then we're gonna say, "Fuck this,
Joey
demolish
Logano
this track, man." Oh.
Yeah, the only thing that would save us from Joey is a 3-race round because we can't string races together.
All we need to do is get Alex Bowman to win at that track, and then Homestead will go away once Joey Logano wins.
Oh man, Alex Bowman, man, why did he have to get DQ'd last year, man? He could have saved us from that horror.
Oh my goodness, I am curious to see how they address all that stuff. Joey's championship in the documentary and whatnot. It's like,
right.
Everybody hated it, and NASCAR is going to be like, this championship was the greatest championship in the history of NASCAR.
Greatest feat of all time.
The most deserving champion we've ever had. He thought he was out, but he's back in. Give him his fucking cup.
NASCAR's like, here comes the airplane. Oh, it's delicious.
Yeah, for real.
Like, oh my god, I don't like squash, man. Come on. Ugh. But yeah, no, I had a really because I watched this race on Monday morning, and then so I watched that whole thing. Got to the end, I was like, oh, Joey Logano won, and then that night the Thunder played Game 1 of their series, and they were leading the whole game, and then lost in the last 12 seconds by 1 point. I had an awful
big win last night.
Sports Monday. Yeah,
you beat that living
they
hell
made
out
up
of
for it.
They took Game 1 personally, dude.
We're not going to let that happen again. So I had fun last night, but I did not have fun Monday with the outcomes of the sporting events. But to wrap up, I mean, I will say I did enjoy the Texas race, and maybe it's because we haven't seen a good race since the middle of March, since Homestead. So and it was interesting to see people. I also really like that tires mattered, but you could take 2 tires and hang about like Michael McDowell did. You don't have to junk yourself, because Michael McDowell probably could have finished top 5 with this race. I mean, also, speaking of top 5, shout out Legacy Motor Club. Eric Jones 5th, John Hunter 8th. Come on, where'd that come from?
Yeah, that's a win for them, man.
Best finishing Toyotas in Texas. You're telling me it's 2? Both legacy cars are going to finish in front of all the Joe Gibbs, all the 2311s.
Oh my god! Don't even talk to me about Denny Hamlin's day. That shit was over so quick.
He said it was his 3rd race on that engine, so maybe that's a Joe Gibbs problem. He shouldn't be running engines for 3 races. Yeah, if that's what the thing's going to do.
Dude, he turned into a goddamn fireball.
I haven't seen a car burn like that.
Hey, at least he's covered by Progressive with that.
So. There you go. Flows on his side, man.
Oh man.
One last thing before we head into break. How about NASCAR beating out F1 Miami this weekend in viewership? That's pretty huge, guys.
On cable.
Yeah,
on cable versus Miami via network. The caveat we will point out, unfortunately, is 18 to 49 viewership was like double for F1 than it was for NASCAR. So got to get those younger viewers like us to keep watching. I watched both, not gonna lie. So I don't know if I'm helping or hurting. I just like racing.
Yeah.
But yeah, good for NASCAR. NASCAR's alive and well. NASCAR is the premier racing series in the country, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
Yeah.
I still think our product is better. Even if it's a little bit of force fed to us, I think our product is better than F1. I mean, McLaren running off, winning that race by 30 seconds is like, cool.
You could touch another F1 car by a feather, and they're like, "Oh, get this dipshit off the track. That's a penalty. Penalize him right now, just for barely just touching." They're like, "Get him the fuck out of here."
Track limits.
Oh my god.
Track limits. So NASCAR's worst season is still by far better than F1's best season. I will say that. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have our picks for Kansas, so stay tuned. All right, guys, welcome back. We're going to be making our picks for Kansas Speedway this weekend. The Xfinity Series is off, so let's kick off with the Truck Series. The Heart of Healthcare 201 mile race, 134 laps. Stages 1 and 2 will be 30 laps each, and the final will be 74 laps. Most manufacturer wins here is Toyota with 11. And last year's winner, Corey Heim, he won the spring and the fall races. Some notables in this one: Brandon Jones will be in the 1 for Tricon, William Byron will be in the 07 for Spire, and Carson Hocevar will be in the 7 for Spire Motorsports. I'm going to be going first with my pick since I came in last week. I am going to be going with Carson Hocevar. He's just one of the big notables that's coming into this race that was recently in the Truck Series, and he's done pretty damn well on the mile and a half as well. And we know that Spire, their truck program, is just incredible. So give me old Carson Hocevar with a funny hat in victory lane.
All right, I'm next, and I'm going with the king of the Truck Series. Whenever he's available, he is the best choice. I am going with the low-hanging fruit of Corey Heim. You said it. He won the spring race here last year. He won the fall race here last year. And just how he's been doing this season, how many more wins that he should have on the year. He's just too damn good. I expect it to be a battle with him. Byron should get up there. Hocevar should get up there. Should be a pretty good battle, but the king of the trucks is just going to keep doing what he's doing. He's on easy mode. He's on John Gerard, Ricky Bobby mode, Talladega Nights mode right now, where he's just winning everything. So give me Corey Heim.
Well, right. I'm going to pick one of those Cup regulars to spill Corey Heim's macchiato, and we're gonna pick old Bill Byron. Going to show up here at the Truck Series and show these guys a thing or two about how a Cup guy does this. A lot more experience than Carson Hocevar in the same equipment. Should mean that Bill Byron should have the edge on him, and I think he could put up a fight with Mr. Heim.
Hocevar will wreck him before that happens. Don't worry.
Yeah, right.
Oh God, Team Truck.
Hey man, he's not actually a teammate.
We need to amend these rules to make Nick pick last every week for a little bit.
Yeah. We'll still give it to him.
We'll still be dumb enough to leave Heim, Larson, and Allgaier every week.
Can I pick Allgaier on the off weekend for the Xfinity Series? Just for fun.
Sure. He'll figure out a way to lose that race too.
Yeah. Chris Wright will be there waiting for him. All right, let's move over to the Cup Series race with the Advent Health 400 mile race, 267 laps. Stage 1 is 80, Stage 2 is 85, and the final will be 102 laps. Most manufacturer wins here. It's tied with Chevy and Toyota with 15 wins. Some notables in this one: Jesse Love is returning in the 33 for RCR. Hopefully will be better than his last few races with them. And Corey Heim will be in that 67 for 2311 Racing. So, Nick, you're more than welcome to take Corey Heim here for the Cup race, too.
Maybe not for Sundays, although I do think he'll have a top 20 day. I think he can run up in the top 20 on Sunday.
All
right, Tom. Well, you are picking first. Who's your pick to win on Sunday?
Here's my thinking process into this, and it makes sense in my head. It doesn't have to make sense to you guys. But I think 2311, famously fast at Kansas, bringing 4 cars to the racetrack. They're spread way too thin this week. And then I'm thinking Kyle Larson hasn't wrecked going for a race win in a bit, so I think I need to leave him off too. And I think it's time for Chase Briscoe to show us what he's got in the Cup Series with Joe Gibbs cars. And I think he can make a statement. Toyota likes this track. They got good notes here. And I think Chase Briscoe can make it happen this weekend. The logic kind of goes away on the last part, but I think the logic is strong for the first two.
I think that's just it's a good pick, and I think that would just be such a fan favorite pick right there to see Chase Briscoe get his first win in that Gibbs car. And that just the amount of pressure that would be lifted off of his shoulders if he can get this first win with them pretty early in the season. Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Absolutely. All right, Nick. Well, who is your pick to go to victory lane
Well,
for the cars?
I'm staying in the Toyota camp. 2311's fast here. This has been their track the last couple years. But let's go back to last year's spring race. Before that caution came out, it was coming down to will Martin Truex Jr. be able to catch Denny Hamlin before that caution came out to set up one of the greatest finishes in NASCAR history. But yeah, I'm going with the guy who was leading, but right before that caution, it looked like he was on his way to victory lane. I'm going with the 11 car of Denny Hamlin. He had a awful week in Texas last week, one that he wants to forget about. Thank God he's got Flo to give him to protect him with some insurance there with the little fireball. But yeah, it's just a good Toyota track, and Denny's fast at the mile and a half. He's fast here. I mean, he almost had this thing last year. If the caution doesn't come out, who knows what that race would have been? Would it have been the best finish in NASCAR history? Probably not. It would have come down to him and the 19. So yeah, I think Denny gets some redemption this week from the bad week last week, and an 11 car going to victory lane.
They'll probably bring a new engine.
Yeah, I hope so.
No, we're gonna
I
use the
sure do
same one
hope.
that caught on fire. Fuck it.
Also, why does it? You said Martin Truex Jr. Why does it feel like he's been out of the sport for like 3 years already?
All right.
Yeah.
Like, wow, that was last year.
I
Was
think
his last year? Dang.
this
Okay.
season's-
That was setting
This
up.
season's already been
That-
dragging on, man.
A
It's
little
That was
bit, yeah.
setting up. That was setting up last year to come down. Truex was going to catch Hamlin before that caution came out. That set up that overtime to get the finish that we got. But Truex was a man on a mission. So if that caution doesn't come out, he probably ends his career with at least a win in his final season.
Yeah. Who knows?
Glad he didn't, because I'm so glad we were there for that finish last year.
Yeah. Closest finish in NASCAR history, and it was just so damn cool. Hopefully, we'll get the same thing at Kansas this weekend. No, I don't want it to be closer finish because I want to say I was there
Yeah,
for the
I
closest
want to
finish.
say, yep,
Yeah,
right.
but still keep it that good though. So I gotta go with the number 45 of Tyler Reddick. We have seen the 45 be so successful here at Kansas Speedway. Kurt Busch has won here. Bubba Wallace won here in the 45 as well, and Tyler Reddick. This team is just too good here at Kansas Speedway. You can't look past the 45. Yeah, they are a 4-car team this weekend. It might slow them down, but we know how Tyler Reddick is. I mean, Bubba Wallace too. I mean, he's 9th place in points right now. He's having the best season of his career. I also expect to see him up there in the top 2, top 3.
Yeah, I think the Toyotas are going to show up this week. And 2311 has shown they can do it, especially at this track. So I think that's a great pick too.
Yeah. Well, guys, that will about wrap it up for our show here. Kansas Speedway. Hopefully, it will be a great show. It's been the past few weeks have been a little dull, and hopefully this will hype things up again as we go into the summer months.
Yeah, we needed this one. This was the perfect time for Kansas to show up on the schedule, just because of how mediocre and poor that the last couple of weeks of racing have been for the Cup Series. But now you're going to your bread and butter racetrack, the track that has turned into the best in this Gen 7 era here. So we really need a good show this week. It does not have to be as exciting as last year's race was, but it needs to be in the same ballpark as this. The Cup Series needs it right now.
I hope we don't have our hopes or the bar set too high.
Who knows? Because Nick, like you said earlier in the show, they got a new tire.
A
for this
new
weekend,
tire,
so,
yep.
I mean, this could fuck everything up.
Yeah.
We've seen how much
And
tires
Joey
change this
Logano
car.
wins back-to-back. He goes and wins back-to-back races. Would absolutely kill it. Burn the track. Turn it into the mile or into the super speedway that they want to turn it into. I'm
Yeah,
done.
right.
Everything's
Yeah.
Daytona. Everything's Daytona.
Yeah.
Everything's done.
All right, guys. Well, that will wrap it up for us here at the Stock Car Spectacle. Make sure to like our video, subscribe to our channel, and let us know what you thought of Texas this past weekend. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Just let us know down below. And yeah, make sure to follow us on all of our links down below. So for the Stock Car Spectacle, I'm Ian Jortson,
I'm Nick Kinzel.
I'm Tom Hobley.
and we'll see you guys next time. Enjoy Kansas.